Sometimes all you need in life is a good sandwich. And sometimes you know exactly who to turn to for a recommendation. In this case, it's Joe Riccio. He is a writer, a private chef, the host of the Food Coma podcast, and all-around bon vivant and lover of the Maine food scene. Good to have you back. Thanks for coming in.
It's good to be here.
So you were the one who came up with this idea. Let's talk about great sandwiches that you love.
Yeah. I mean, there are, admittedly, there's a billion good sandwiches in Maine, and I chose 5. So I know everybody's going to be like, you missed. Yes, I missed, 999,000 good sandwiches just to come up with the 5. So I get it.
We are not making a definitive claim that these are the 5 best. We're just saying, you're saying these are 5 great sandwiches that you might want to know about. Let's begin with the one called the Torta. It can be found in South Portland. What's this about and where do you get it?
Yeah, so Tres Leche's floor in South Portland, right on Broadway. Tortas are delicious. They're basically, it's a Mexican sandwich. They do a variety of fillings from chorizo to chicken, but I like the carne enchilada. It's like a spiced meat, spiced beef. Sandwich is just like a crispy roll. You got little refried beans, the Oaxacan cheese, jalapenos, fried onions, lettuce, tomato. It's like, what more do you want? Avocado in there.
There's a lot going on there, but it all sounds marvelous.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. It's like one of those things that when I lived in Chicago, it's like a late night thing. But now it's perfectly reasonable to have at noon. So
let's move to Thomaston for the next one. Honey's Fried Chicken Palace.
Yeah.
And it's got a good sized menu. You chose one called the Stinger.
Yes, so Malcolm does an amazing fried chicken sandwich. The Stinger is great. It's basically a combination. It's glazed with barbecue and hot honey, and then he does the Alabama white barbecue sauce on it with roasted jalapenos, and then essentially it's like a Parmesan spread, but it's pretty much like cream cheese on the sandwich. So it's like a messy, spicy, sweet, cheesy.
That's interesting. I've never heard of a white barbecue sauce before.
I believe the Alabama white barbecue it's traditionally on in chicken, and that's their kind of style. It's not as well known as Carolina and Texas, but it's a thing.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
On to the Italian hoagie at Salvatore's in Portland.
Yeah, so Salvatore's, just so you know, they work out of the kitchen at Howie's Pub right on Washington Avenue. They're there 4 days a week, Thursday through Sunday. And these sandwiches are just phenomenal. I mean, they make their own bread. The bread is maybe some of the best I've had in town. I chose the Italian hoagie. They do cheesesteaks and everything, but the Italian hoagie, it's got your Genoa salami, capicola, ham, mortadella, lettuce, tomato, mayo, cheese. I mean, that's like, we're not talking about a Maine Italian here,
That was actually a point I was going to make, because Italian hoagie is the name of the sandwich, which almost sounds redundant, because a hoagie is really kind of like a first cousin of an Italian, or maybe even a sibling of an Italian.
Of a Maine Italian?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Maine Italian would be actually let into that family. I don't think that it's official. I don't think they really admit it. It's its own thing up here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, on to the next one, the Super Beef at George and Leon's in Westbrook.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about Massachusetts in general is the North Shore style roast beef sandwiches, which if you haven't had one, growing up it was like, I thought roast beef was like the deli stuff, like the brown, at like Shaw's. But yeah, so now we have them here. George and Leon's does that style. Paper thin, rare roast beef stacked up, melted cheese, the sauce, I think it's called like St. John's is the sauce they use traditionally. I like some mayo on there, and it's not an eat in your car experience.
I don't think any of these sandwiches that you mentioned have
some
been.
More than others you could sort of manage. I have a system, but I don't kid myself into thinking I can have a super beef in the car.
Let's end with a classic. I love this sandwich so much, especially when it is really beautifully done. A tuna melt from Palace Diner in Biddeford.
Yeah, and this one's no secret. I've talked about Palace Diner plenty, but at the same time, it was very hard to have a list of sandwiches and leave that tuna melts off. It is sort of the gold standard for me. It's it's like this. There's this much tuna, and then there's a layer of iceberg on it that somehow stays really crispy. So you have the hot and the cold, and they got the pickles on top, and I mean, it is hands down the best tuna melt I've ever had in my life. And I mean, Palace is great. And like I said, that's no secret, but maybe you should reacquaint yourself with the tuna melt. That's what I think.
Finest you've ever had in your life. Praise comes no higher.
Absolutely.
You've made a lot of people hungry, Joe.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm ready.
All right.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Thank you so much. If you'd like to see that full list, we've got it on our app or website in the 207 section of newscentermaine.com. Go get a sandwich, but then come back because 207 will return in a moment.